Hello, I'm Mariana Rubinstein, co-founder and CEO of Sura. And the most Web3 thing I did today was watching some streams of Off the Grid.
Hey everyone, Flav here. I'm super happy to actually launch the third episode of Metaverse Odyssey. And we are here in Argentina. As I said, Metaverse Odyssey is actually the possibility to meet entrepreneurs, builders in the Web3 ecosystem, who are building a business in the Web3 ecosystem from all across the globe. And Argentina, here we are because of Expo Eva, which is a gaming convention, and a lot of activities on our side. So super happy to have a conversation with Mariano today to talk about anything about how to build a business in Web3 specifically, but not only. So Mariano, happy to have you. If you can just introduce you a little bit, that would be great.
Thanks, Flav. Happy to have you here. The first time in South America. We've met different parts of the world, so I'm very happy to have you here. And thank you for this opportunity. I'm Mariana Rubinstein. I'm co-founder and CEO of Sura. I started with Sura in 2021. I'll tell you later some details on how I started. I came from different businesses. I work in the real estate industry. I have a trading company also, and happy to be now in the Web3 ecosystem.
Yeah, as you said, we've known each other for quite some time, travel across the globe, and know definitely about what you're doing, what you're building with Sura, but Gamino, and so many activities on your side in Web3. But you said it. You are a businessman, you are an entrepreneur in a lot of different businesses, not only Web3, but Web2 as well. So my first question will be, why did you decide to actually build a business in Web3? What kind of aha moment you had saying that you should do that in the Web3 ecosystem?
Okay, it was weird. It's not the typical answer you will get. I'm a fan of technology. I've been always looking to trends. In the early 90s, I was at the .com boom, also building my startup, which I failed, of course. And on my import and trading business, I also deal with technology. So I was always taking a look on what was going on in the world about that. And once a friend told me, hey, do you know something about a game called Axie Infinity? I said, no, I don't know. It's a Web3 game, blockchain gaming, you can earn some money. So I started as an investor. At the beginning, I just only was putting money and giving scholars. But at some point, when I started to see how that was working and what's behind that, it caught my attention. And when it caught my attention, I started to study and to see, okay, what's here? This is blockchain, this is gaming, there are communities, there are people who are looking for specific things. And that's what, when we had like probably 2,000 scholars, it was the aha moment. And okay, let's stop the ball, think, and we'll figure out where this is going to. Because that business model, it was not sustainable.
Yeah, to give some context about it, we know Axie Infinity obviously as the most important games in the 2020, 2021, used by so many players with the thing they introduced, which was the play-to-earn mechanics and everything. It was the first iteration of blockchain gaming. And we know the popularity of these games based on the what happened in the Philippines. So many scholars, so many guilds, so many people trying to make a revenue based on the fact they were playing a game, which was super new. But not so much about LATAM specifically. At that time, I would say in the world, not so much emphasis about actually LATAM is doing the same thing in Argentina, and you actually saw that, right? Yeah. You see a lot of engagement.
Yeah, at some point, I don't remember exactly when, I saw the documentary from M4C, from Lea, in Philippines, and we saw that the same was happening here. Of course, no one made a video about it, but the same was happening here. There were, after COVID, there was macroeconomic situations. So the economy here in Venezuela were very bad, and people can live by playing a game. So it was crazy at that point.
So you went into Web3 gaming specifically based on the fact you invested into Axie Infinity from the beginning, but now, why do you think? Do you see any other reasons why you choose gaming specifically for Web3? For Web3, it could be, everything related to the technology, decentralized infrastructure, DeFi, and everything. But actually, gaming was the one you wanted to focus.
Actually, as I told you before, I'm a businessman. Gaming is a huge industry. I think it's #1 entertainment industry. It's bigger than music, it's bigger than movies, streaming, all together, all combined. So it's an industry in which you can make a lot of money. And why specifically blockchain gaming? Because today blockchain gaming is like nothing. It's too small. And I think that in the next 5 years, it will grow with ratios that never been before. It's a very fast industry, very fast. I've been working in different industries for like 30 years, but I've never seen the speed of changes in the blockchain gaming industry. It's insane. It's insane. It's nice because it keeps us all awake and every day looking what is going on, but you need to be fast.
Yeah, which means you need to pivot if you feel the need to. This is the kind of
we pivoted like, I don't know, 100 times a week. And we are continually building new verticals or new business models and new companies all around because everything is changing so fast.
It seems like, let me know if I'm wrong, but you began your journey in Web3 by having a guild, one of the biggest, if not the biggest guild in LATAM, with a lot of players, scholars. It seems like you're creating other Web3 businesses, but to support the main one as well. Like you have Camino, obviously, you have Sura Labs.
One of the things I've learned in my life is to listen. So when we had thousands of people asking for a scholarship from Axie, we started to receive inquiries from people who own their own Axies, but anyway wanted to play with us. And at that point, maybe a typical Axie composition costs around $1,000. And I said, most people came to us because they didn't have the money to buy that, which makes sense. But I have requests from people saying, I have my Axies, but I still want to play with Sura. So I start talking to that people. I say, okay, you have your Axies, you have invested $1,000. Why you want to share your profit with me? And they say, at some point, I can take advantage of your coaching structure because we had coaching and education structure in which we help people play better and make more profit. But the most important thing was I want to be part of something. I want this sense of belonging. I want to be a part of a team. I want to be able to join your Discord and talk with other guys playing the same game, talking about strategies, but talking about the life. So I need to be part of. So, and that was a click. So that's when we understand that this business model was going to end at some point, but the need for being part of the sense of belonging, it will be an important issue forever.
That's actually strong because it leads us to talk about ownership of assets. And when we talk about ownership and the fact that blockchain is actually allowing people to own your digital items, gaming items, really concretely, your Axie Infinity and everything, it goes beyond that because you feel like you belong to something and you want to belong to something, which is I own something, but I feel like I want to be a part of a specific community. That's Sura Gaming as an example. So they feel committed by the community based on the fact that they own something and they put money into the thing they own. So it's the way I understand your point.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, we have just launched our Sura app, which meant to be a huge super app for gamers. We will providing different experiences there, but the first approach, the entry point is just log in with a social login, and you can mint an NFT, a free NFT, which at some point says you are a member. So we put an NFT of the first 1K members as a founding members of this app, and the minting lasts, I don't know, a few hours. Oh, wow. So people want to be part of.
Yeah, I agree. So talking about Argentina specifically, because the way I want to develop this podcast is based on what's happening in the world. Blockchain Game Alliance decided to go to Argentina, but LATAM as a whole, because it feels like something is happening. You were talking about that. Everyone was talking about the Philippines, but nothing much about LATAM, but actually you saw the same thing happening. We went to Gamescom LATAM, big gaming community, Web2, Web3, doesn't matter, let's say Web2. A lot of game developers, but also the feeling that the ecosystem understands the value of crypto, the crypto economy and everything. So that's why we are in Argentina, but I would love to have your opinion about why do you think Argentina, let's start with Argentina, if you want to expand to LATAM as well, why we should consider LATAM/Argentina as a country / a continent which could actually play a huge role in Web3.
Okay, there is a lot of factors. I think that most South American, specifically Argentinians, have used to figure out how to keep value for our money. We've been through a lot of instabilities and economic crisis, so it's in our DNA to try to keep that money safe. So today, 5 out of the 10 most adopting cryptocurrencies countries are in South America. First and second is Brazil and Argentina. So we have a huge crypto adoption by nature. On the other side, I also know that we have a huge gaming adoption. There are a lot of people playing games. We have a young population. We have a population that in the world it's playing a little more minutes every year because everything is gamified. So playing games, it's not only playing games. So it's participating in gamified activities. So the user base for gamers is growing everywhere. And the combination of growing base of gaming, the growing of population, a young population playing different kind of games, and the combination of everything with crypto, it makes that crypto gaming, blockchain gaming, it's very important in the region. I believe that we are the second region after Asia. Of course, we cannot compete with Asia basically by the population size. But last week, one blockchain game founder told me that they did a playtest worldwide, and the spend per capita in South America was 5-1 to Asia.
Oh wow, okay.
So we are a very interesting market. For sure, we will be the second market in the world for blockchain gaming.
Interesting. Yeah. What do you expect from Expo Eva? Expo Eva again is a gaming convention, very professional, but also with a lot of players. But we're going to focus on professionals from all across Latam, a little bit from the world who will be there. What do you expect from this event on your side, on Sura and Camino?
Basically, we are trying to be as friendly as possible. I understand these are traditional studios, and most of the people there doesn't know anything, or they know a little about blockchain gaming. So our approach will be to educate and try them to understand the benefits of the technology and keep everything apart. We need to, part of what we do at Blockchain Game Alliance and what we do at Sura is education. And I think that this specific industry needs education.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. So we will be with the booth. Camino / Sura will be with us, and all about education. So it's going to be interesting on my side, because second times I am in Latam. I don't know a lot of things about the ecosystem, the community of builders, game developers, game companies. But it will be interesting to see what's happening based on the GDC we did for the past 3 years ago, and how hard it was to actually have a conversation with game developers, game companies. So I'm super curious about what will happen for sure. So
we've seen that in Sao Paulo.
True. Yeah, for Gamescom Latam we went there as well. Yeah. So we will see. Although it was good. I think we got a good reception of people who wanted to build something in Latam, but not capitalizing on a community of professionals worldwide. So that's why we are here. So we'll see what will happen. So, okay, makes sense. The question I have for you, which is the kind of, I like to have a more light question on this sense, and I try to ask the question depending on the guest I have. And the question will be, now we're all talking about meme coin. For me, and I will be very brief, meme coin, I had some doubt about the validity of meme coin 1, 2, 3 years ago. I think it's changing definitely based on the community. You see how strong the community and how committed. So if we focus on meme coin right now, and if we focus on Argentina, because we are in Argentina, if you could create a meme coin inspired by the Argentinian culture, what will it be called? And maybe if you want to use an animal, because it seems to be the one thing you need to do, you can, but any kind of thing which could represent the token, what will it be, in your opinion?
I have my opinion on meme coins. Okay. I try to make everything I do with a sense or a value. Most meme coins just was launching, creating FOMO, and many people earn some money, and the last ones, of course, they lose everything. But you can create a meme coin with some usability, real case. You can have, I don't know, the mate coin, or it could be great. But it could be better if you can buy some yerba or mate or whatever with that coin. There's a guys we know, a friends of ours, that they made the Pinta token, and you can buy beer with that. So if we can create a meme coin with a sense and usability, it would be great. A meme coin just to earn some money, create FOMO, influencers, everything, and there's people losing money at the end. I don't like it.
Yeah, I understand. Say, giving some utility to the community at least. Okay.
It doesn't have to be something very serious.
Yeah.
It can be fun, it can be enjoyable, but I don't want people to lose money. I think that's a part of the industry which gave us a lot of struggle, and it still resemble at some point.
Yeah, I agree. First thing I will do after it's to check if you don't have any token you mentioned, because it's a good idea actually. It's a very good idea.
We can do it together.
Yeah, why not? A Mate token, it makes a lot of sense. Last question will be, we are at the end of 2024. A lot of expectation at the beginning of 2024 about the industry. I would say, happy to have your opinion about how did you see 2024 in your opinion? But I feel like we had good moments, good revelations, good takeaways. Off the Grid was massively, the launch of Off the Grid, the game was massively appreciated for all the players in the world, which is good. But yeah, the kind of expectation we had weren't there so much, I would say. So what do you think about 2025? And if you have to imagine the one prediction you will have for 2025, gaming, DeFi, whatever, but blockchain related, what will it be?
What I see is continuous growth for blockchain gaming. I see different reasons. First one is state of game development. Most games started their development in 2020, 2021. And if you are in the gaming industry, you know that for having a good game with a great gameplay and great mechanics, you need 3, 4, 5 years. Most games, LoL, Counter, Fortnite, FIFA, whatever you want, they have years and years of development and debugging and optimization. So you cannot expect Web3 games to be built in one day or 1 year. So we are starting to see fun games besides of the technology. Okay. Second, we are now having the possibility to play a game with a social login, so you don't need a seed phrase and difficult processes to create a wallet. So you can play Off the Grid or many other games with just put in your email, and you can buy NFTs with a credit card without knowing you are buying an NFT. You are just buying a skin. So making the onboarding process easy will create, of course, much more users. Having games on consoles will also help the industry. Off the Grid is a great example. Many people are used to play on consoles and not PCs or not mobile, so having Web3 games on that, it would be great. And I think that thinking a few years back and doing a kind of mea culpa, we used to put technology in the front, was a huge mistake. People doesn't care how you build your game. People just want to play fun games. If your game is fun and I like it and my time worth the money, people is willing to invest and spend money on the games, not get rewarded. If they get rewarded, it's great. If they can get ownership of their assets, of course it's better, but from 100 years to now, people used to spend a lot of money on games. So what I see is only growth, only growth.
Okay. I kind of join you with that. I think we had 2 episodes of the podcast before, and it was the same feedback. I think it demonstrates the maturity of the ecosystem, saying it's not just about the blockchain and it is, and we need to believe in blockchain, but actually have some use cases about it and build games and fun games. So I totally agree with you. So thanks a lot for your time, Mariano. It was great to have you in the podcast, and I see you today at Eva, and we'll see what will happen.
Great. Thank you very much for having me at your podcast. It's an honor, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Mariano.
Bye.